What's going on, everybody? You got the Sons of PlayStation here. You got internationally known Johnnyx, Base Bandit 94, and Fai-Mob, basically having a discussion on the new Uncharted policy that they have in terms of their DLC that they're going to be offering in the future. Now, to go ahead and kick off the discussion, I'm going to go ahead and hand the mic over to Base Bandit 94 to kick us off.
Alright, look, you know, this is a really heated conversation, and you know, I'll just say that first. Still, just in case shit gets hostile in this bitch. Look, man, you know, Naughty Dog has upped their fucking game, okay? They made their DLC free. Now, for those who don't know what DLC is, it's pretty much new shit, new maps, new game modes, skins for their, well, not skins, camos for their guns, different outfits for their characters, just little shit like that. And they call that a DLC. For most gaming companies, aka Call of fucking Duty, they make you pay for that, okay? Now, in the gaming community, that has been the norm. That has been the, you know, go-to thing for most gaming companies to do. And I'm not saying Call of Duty was the first one to do it, but Call of Duty has pretty much destroyed the gaming community for doing this. Now gaming communities are looking at it as a way to make money, and I think it's complete bullshit. Now, the reason why we're talking about this is because Naughty Dog has said, fuck it, we are making our DLC free. And I completely agree. If you're going to spend $60 on a game, I shouldn't have to pay for extra shit unless I want to. Okay, the shit should be free. Alright, and I will always say this: Call of Duty has made it cool to make people pay for extra shit, which I don't understand. I don't think it's that hard to make a couple of maps, make a couple of camos for your guns, make a couple of game modes, and just put it out there for free. Your gaming fan base is so damn big that you're not going to lose much money. You're really not, and I don't understand it. Why do we have to pay and drop over $100 for a damn video game? Now, yes, it is only a video game, but it's something that we love and enjoy playing. Okay, I shouldn't have to spend $120 on this shit. I'm gonna buy your game anyway, so why can't you make this stuff free for us? You know, listen to your fans, listen to the community, make this stuff free. Now, do I think Call of Duty will ever do that? Fuck no. But I'm glad Uncharted 4 has, I'm glad Naughty Dog has decided to do this for Uncharted 4. This game is perfect. Like we always say, this game is a must get. It's so beautifully done, and it's just icing on the cake to make the DLC free. You're just making your fan base happy, and I think no game right now, or any game that comes out in 2016, will compete with Uncharted 4. And the fact that the DLC is free, I don't think any game developer will compete with Naughty Dog. And I bow down to them. Seriously, they're really great at what they do, and I love what they're doing. So it's my opinion. If you don't like it, you can kiss my ass. And I will now give the mic to Fai-Mob, and he'll give his opinion on what he thinks about this DLC fiasco.
Well, I feel like this man has touched upon or not, like, it is a one-up motion to do a free DLC. I've dealt with plenty of DLCs, and knowing that if you have an option to pay for a season pass, that's like, okay. But then again, you have DLCs that come out, and it's not fair as you look at it that the cost, you know. I've had people who've gone separate, and they're like, yeah, I'll buy this DLC. And then you're like, okay, well, if you get this DLC, it only comes with this. And then the next DLC that drops, you got to drop another X amount. And then you think about it. If you're dropping almost $100 in money, or, you know, whatever, in currency for these DLC, at the end of the day, is it really worth it for the fact that that's how they're keeping you, interested? Versus if they just made it free, you would have been like, shit, I play this all fucking day, every day. I'll keep supporting and playing versus paying. Because I don't need to. Why should I have to worry about paying for shit when I just like the game is $60 fucking dollars? Think about it. You got other games that come out for the system that range from 30 to 40. But if it's a fucking high price game like it's almost $60, think about it. That 60 is pretty much almost a $20 to $30 extra revenue that this gaming company is making. So they should have the funds to go ahead and be able to give you free shit, not ask you for another 20, 30, 40, or even almost $100 fucking dollars in total for DLCs. I mean, it's not fair. I think that with Naughty Dog doing this free DLC, it's going to keep the players playing. It's going to keep them always interested, and know that that the fans are always going to support them with this decision that they've made. Versus if they do hypothetically go back on this, it will make them look good, and it'll cause them to go under. And they will hopefully not do that. Versus Call of Duty has definitely caused a lot of tension with their bullshit.
Right.
I mean, that's my partake on this DLC. I mean, I really wish a lot of gaming studios come up with the same concept. Now, it doesn't matter if it's like people are like, oh, you're jocking their style for doing free DLCs. No, it's a gaming community. People are going to play regardless. It's the fact that you're just opening the doors to say, hey, we just got this extra shit we just created. We want you to play it. We don't want you to pay for it. We want you to play it. Because you think about when you're paying for something, it's like you're paying for another game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if you guys have played the Skyrim or what was that recent one? Destiny. I mean, You think about it. Like, those games are so long, but the more they add shit, and you got to pay for it, you're paying for another fucking game. Now, I thought I paid for one game. If I wanted to pay for additional games, I think I would have made that choice instead of thinking that I got one game and have 4 games in it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the consistency of them doing that makes you think about, is it really worth to spend the money for a game on the DLCs? Some people will say yes, but if that was the case, they could have broken it up to like part, or like for like an Uncharted series, got Uncharted 1 through 4, or any of those games. They could have done like a Skyrim 1, 2, and 3, or fucking Destiny 1, 2, and 3. Like they do that. They can do that. But I mean, it's a game. It's a game that you're playing. You're always going to play it, and if you enjoy it, let's say it like that. If you enjoy it, if you don't enjoy it, you can get rid of this shit. I have a friend that fucking plays the game for a week and he fucking hates the shit after that. He's like, I'm trading this bitch in, So, I mean, you have those options. So, I mean, Johnnyx, what do you think?
What do I think? I'm gonna tell you what I think. Now, first I want to start off because I know that some people are listening to Sons of PlayStation, and we appreciate all our fans, and we appreciate different points of view. But we're gonna have those dudes that are like, but Fai-Mob and Base Bandit, shouldn't they be rewarded for all their hard work? Absolutely, yes. They should be rewarded for all their hard work. But don't sell me a $60 game that's incomplete. I feel like it's moving in that direction. And I hate to use Call of Duty because we all play Call of Duty. We enjoy Call of Duty, as mad as it makes us. We enjoy the game. But I'm starting to feel they're moving in the direction that they're giving us an incomplete game. For example, I don't even know how many maps Call of Duty Black Ops 3 has, but it feels like it's only like 4 maps. So I paid $60, okay, for a single-player campaign with a multiplayer with just 4 maps. And you guys are going to turn around and sell me the other maps? They were probably already made with the game, and they just kind of like took it out just so they could go ahead and sell it later. And there's no reward there either. So I bought the game day one. I'm so sure a lot of other people have. And where's the reward? Where's my reward for being loyal? You don't keep Call of Duty surviving on its name, but ultimately, I don't entirely blame them. But they have set a standard that people are willing to pay for pieces of the game that should have come with the game to begin with. In my opinion.
Exactly.
I'm a very, very old school gamer. There were things like DLC, downloadable content, but we never had to pay for it. What we were eagerly awaiting was, the date that it was coming up. Oh, the new update's coming out. So we'll get all these new maps on this X date. That was the hardest part. But as long as you had the game, you're going to be getting it. And this whole play-to-play, it sets a standard, and it's not just in the gaming industry, but if people are willing to pay, they're going to go ahead and nickel and dime you as long as you're willing to pay.
Mm-hmm.
And Uncharted is more about, not Uncharted, I'm sorry, Naughty Dog is very obviously more about their players and more about gaming because they've taken that greed out of the equation. They want everybody to have the best experience possible, and they don't want their fan base to be fragmented by those who bought the DLC or those who haven't. So they're going to offer it to anybody that has the game. They're still offering other stuff like you can buy Call of Duty points to unlock stuff here and there before, instead of having to actually play the game.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not required. You're not required to buy anything to have the full experience that anybody else that bought the $60 game has. And the reason I think this is so important and that everybody should get behind it is because if they show enough people that, hey, this is what people want, and people are going to start looking for this in their games before they make a purchasing decision, this will become the standard. We could live in a world where all DLC for any game you buy will be free as long as you bought the game. Okay? Or maybe even move, I'll meet you halfway. Those who bought it within the first 2 weeks of release get half of the DLC for free. Okay, but you gotta do something. You're not rewarding your fan base here. But unfortunately, people are so accustomed to paying for stuff that they're just gonna keep on doing it. And I implore everybody to not do that anymore. Your wallet has so much power in terms of getting what we want. We're the consumer. They're supposed to bend to our will. If we're not gonna stand there and pay for any DLC, vote with your wallet. Don't pay for any more DLC. Buy games like Uncharted that are trying to move in this direction that they'll give you free DLC, and I promise you, there is going to be a future where we're not going to have to pay for DLC. Not too long ago, we had this whole fiasco where you can't buy a used game because you won't be able to play online anymore. You'll have to pay to play online. Us as gamers, we were adamant about it. We voted with our wallet. We didn't buy those games. Those games had a significant drop in sales after release. Unlike other games that didn't have the license to play online if you bought it used. And look, that stuff doesn't even exist anymore. The Play Pass or whatever it is gone. We can do the same with this whole DLC pricing cash grab structure. We just gotta stay united as gamers. This is the way it should be. All this DLC, in my opinion, is created before the game is even released anyway, and it's just held back until they can go ahead and charge it to you later.
Yeah.
And it's for the same stuff. A lot of the stuff is recycled stuff from the old game. Why am I paying for recycled stuff from the old game? But that's all I gotta say about that. That's all I gotta say.
We always point fingers at the developer and the gaming the people who made the game. But sometimes we have to take credit too. We still buy the season pass, we still buy the DLC, and like Johnnyx said, we have to start standing up, and we have to start putting our foot down and saying no. I'm not going to buy that DLC because it should be free. You guys should be listening to us. We shouldn't listen to you, because if it wasn't for us fans, you guys wouldn't have a game at all. So I think everybody should just go out, put your foot down, demand. We have social media now. Everything is through the internet. We have so much power now. I think everybody should just say no and stick with free DLC. It's not like we're being cheap. I've told Johnnyx this time and time again, I will gladly throw down money for a DLC for Uncharted 4, because that's how great the game is. If you make a great game, okay, people will pay for DLCs. So yeah, you can't keep paying for stuff like this, guys. It's just ridiculous. You know, if games are good and if games are complete, if games are 10 out of 10 perfect, fine, I will drop money to pay for a DLC. But most of these games out here are not complete, just like what Johnnyx said, and they're pretty much laughing in our faces, and they're completing these games, but they're chopping them up to the point where they're like, you know, people will pay for this, and it's like, no, I don't want to. You know, unless your game is like Uncharted 4 and unless your game is damn near perfect, then I will. But these games aren't. So, and the fact that this game is perfect and they're giving us free DLC says a lot. So, you know, that's all I gotta say. Just everybody needs to start putting their foot down in the gaming community and start saying no to paying for free DLC. And just like Johnnyx said, maybe one day we can live in a world where we don't have to pay for shit. Would that be wonderful?
Yes, it would. Yes, it would, Base Bandit. But it's not just about what we think. I want to know what everybody else out there thinks, all our viewers think. So like, comment, and subscribe. You know, if you disagree with me, I would love to hear your argument. Maybe you convert me. Maybe I just have my head up my ass and I'm like, this dude just wants free shit. You know? Well, let me know. Go ahead, type on the comments. You know, I'll read 3 pages long comment, whatever you guys want to do. But like, comment, subscribe, share. If you know somebody else that's interested in this topic or has something to say, I'd definitely like to hear it. But for more conversations like this, you know how to keep it locked right here on Sons of PlayStation.
You know, I just want to send a big shout out to my boy Johnnyx on his baby boy. You know, he's got the little man now, little gamer